वाणी शिव बाबा हम जन जन को सुनाएंगे तेरी वाणी शिव बाबा हम जन जन को सुनाएंगे अंधकार भरे जग में अंधकार भरे जग में ज्योति सबकी जगाएंगे तेरी वाणी शिव बाबा हम जन जन को सुनाएंगे तेरी वाणी शिव बाबा हम जन जन को सुनाएंगे।
I think now
मैं आप लोगों को थैंक्स दूं
I say thanks to
जो
you
आपने हमें याद किया है और हमें
that you
chance
remembered
दिया
me
है।
and gave me a chance to come and meet you.
आपसे बात आपसे कर रही थी पर शुक्रिया बाप का मान रही थी
Yes, I was talking to you, but I was thanking the Father
क्योंकि ये बातें सोचने से नहीं सोची
because
जाती
you
हैं।
can't think about these things and understand them.
परंतु अगर हमारा कॉन्शियस थोड़ा डीप सोचता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली फिर उन्हीं रीति से उस बात को करने लगता
But when our consciousness is able to go into some deep contemplation, then automatically these things begin to emerge.
हमको अपने कॉन्शियस को थोड़ा डीपली जानने की कोशिश करनी
We have to make the effort to take and make our consciousness deep,
क्योंकि आत्मा बहुत सूक्ष्म है और बहुत डीप है।
because the soul is very subtle and is very deep.
आत्मा के शरीर के कोई हिस्से में नहीं नजर आएंगे।
Mana?
शरीर के कोई हिस्से में आत्मा नहीं है ना। शरीर 5 तत्व
If you look at the body, then in no part of the body can you see the soul. That's how deep and subtle it is.
आत्मा इतनी सूक्ष्म है, शरीर छोड़ के चली जाती है, दिखाई नहीं पड़ती।
That even it's so subtle that even when the soul leaves the body, you can't even tell it's left the body and where it's gone.
तो मैं आत्मा इतनी सूक्ष्म कितनी पावरफुल।
So I, the soul, if I'm that subtle, just
Emerge
imagine
करें
how
हम अपनी
powerful I
power।
am. So emerge your power.
Okay.
Thank
Now
you.
again
Let's have
we will experience of that I am separate from this body.
so let's have 5 minutes
इतना ही सोच के
meditation.
बैठे, देखो अंदर क्या क्या उमंग आते।
Just sit in this awareness and see what enthusiasm emerges from inside.
चरित्र का होगा उत्थान मानव होगा देव समान विश्व लेगा तुझे पहचान जग में होगी तेरी शान ज्ञान सागर की मीठी बूंदें ज्ञान सागर की मीठी बूंदें विश्व पर बरसाएंगे तेरी वाणी शिव बाबा हम जन जन को
Om Shanti. Remain constantly victorious with the awareness of the combined form, knowledgeful and powerful. Just as the soul and the body perform actions while combined, In the same way, both karma and yoga are combined. While performing actions, do not forget remembrance, and while staying in remembrance, do not forget karma, because your title is a karma yogi. Those who stay in remembrance while performing actions remain constantly detached and loving. They remain light. Together with being knowledgeful, also be in a powerful stage. Let both the stages of being knowledgeful and powerful be combined, and the work of establishment will take place at a fast speed. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today's day 22. Remain constantly victorious with the awareness of the combined form. Today's topic, knowledgeful and powerful. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. We are very, very fortunate that God is our teacher, right? Not only parents, but teacher and also Sadguru. And that also we say, I always say, Sadguru Baba is teaching us. Right? So with so much love, I still remember that when I joined and went to Madhuban, and in History Hall, we all used to listen to Baba's Murli. So Baba asked me to come sit in front, and I was sitting. And Baba, like all of us, not for a moment our attention should go anywhere. These days people are talking, walking, reading Murli, but Murli is something which is it's like the drops of nectar. Full attention, 45 minutes, 1 hour. Never like, oh, I heard on the mic, I'm doing things, listening to Murli. No. Listening to Murli should be in a very proper way as a student. So that discipline which Baba taught us. So Baba is saying, now when you are listening that way, then understanding of Gyan is as it should be. Why Baba looked at Mama and said, oh, she is Saraswati. She is Mama. Because when Mama heard Murli and then Mama churned Murli, it was like, no, Baba gave her name Saraswati, like goddess of knowledge. So when Mama even spoke Murli, Mama's Murli was not like whatever she thought and explained, give examples, stories. No. Mama took a point and she will explain 15, 20 minutes. I think some of you must be reading Mama's Murli book. Each little point she will take, because whenever she had free time, either she's studying, many times Mama will go in solitude, take Murli and study and write points, understand. These days, the way I see many people listen Murli, as if, okay, they have to. And yesterday also Baba said this. But the nectar which you could feel today, for that you need to sit properly. And if you do it, many will be inspired. take notes properly, revise morely. It's very important. At least for me, I read or listen morely 3 times a day, at least. Want to do at least 4 times, but uh, always. Just, many, we have Telegram, we have many places, but we use that to just revise morely. Because even if we remember points, but not really, if we are able to change that knowledge into our power, change knowledge into our faith, change knowledge into understanding. So Baba is saying knowledgeful and powerful. To have doubtful thoughts, weak thoughts is not lack of knowledge. That means we're not using knowledge. Just as the soul and the body perform actions while combined, in the same way, both karma and yoga are combined. If I'm doing for Baba, is it I'm doing to keep busy, or why I'm doing? So that I become powerful. That means karma yogi. While performing actions, do not forget remembrance. While staying in remembrance, do not forget karma. That means we have to create a balance of both, right? Combined, but also while doing karma, remembrance of Baba. Right. So Baba says, do not forget karma, because what is your title? A karma yogi. Those who stay in remembrance while performing actions remain constantly detached and lovely. So if you are karma yogi, that means you have yoga while doing action, you will be detached and lovely. Because it's only when we are in actions, the reaction can happen. I mean, a lot of stages go up and down while doing actions, right? So Baba is saying, no, if you are really karma yogi, you will be detached and lovely. They remain light, always smiling, light mood, right? Together with being knowledgeful, also be in a powerful stage. Let both the stages of being knowledgeful and powerful remain combined. Baba says, and the work of establishment will take place with fast speed. Because that's what we want, is fast stage. Very interesting. Every word we listen, we need to reflect on that and then churn, reflect, let it work, and then become more and more powerful. Our stage should be very, very powerful, but detached and lovely. Very, very light. All these 5 points we have to underline and listen knowledge with that much attention. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar. Sister Mohini must be in her flight now, and she must be on her way. And you just heard her speaking to you. and telling us about the importance of karma yogi and doing karma yoga, not to do the action in and of itself and not to just be in yoga, but to combine the both of them. So she asked me to share a few thoughts on tomorrow's Abhyakti signal. And so what I did, I looked up what Baba would have said to describe karma yoga and what is he talking about when he says that we should stay in remembrance while performing actions, but to be constantly detached and loving, and then we would remain light. So I found a Murli in which he was actually explaining this to us in a very, very beautiful way. So a karma yogi, he says, experiences being loving and detached. And this loving and detached feeling is a feeling of being light. So what is the detachment that the karma yogi would be feeling? And he says the detachment is to be beyond the bondage of the karma. So I'm doing the karma, but my detachment from the karma is taking me beyond the bondage. But along with being beyond the karma, I have to be loving to the Father. So I was thinking about what does it mean to be beyond the bondage of the karma and to be loving to the Father, because it's detached and loving. Detached means to be beyond the bondage. Loving means to be loving to the Father. So I'm doing the action because Baba wants me to do it. I'm doing the action because I want to follow his Srimad. But I think the action, the detachment from the action is I don't have a desire for the outcome of the action. The moment I have a desire for the outcome of the action I'm doing, even if in my awareness I'm doing this for Baba, I'm doing it for the love of Baba, but if I want something in return for that action, I'm going to be caught in the bondage of the desire for the outcome. And so that is something we need to turn on when we're looking at a karma yogi, is one who is detached and who is loving. And then Baba says that when the soul is accurately linked in yoga, that is when the soul is in remembrance, and in the remembrance of Baba is doing the action, then the action does not hold the soul in bondage. So again, if I remember Baba, and then there's a pause between me remembering Baba and then doing the action, then my manmat can get in. The influences of my own sanskaras can get in. But if I remember Baba and in the remembrance I do the action, then that action doesn't hold the soul in bondage. And I thought these were two very, very subtle things, but they were very powerful. But then he said also something that was very beautiful in terms of how do I know I am doing actions as a karma yogi. He said that a karma yogi never comes under the influence of the good or bad actions of anyone else, right? So they would never come under the influence when they're observing good or bad actions of others, because the karma yogi is in remembrance of Baba. So even looking at others' actions, they are not influenced by it if they're in remembrance. And then he said that it is not that when the karma yogi comes into connection with someone who performs good actions. He expanded on this, how the karma yogi is not influenced by good or bad actions. So he gave two examples. He said, it is not that when the karma yogi comes into connection with someone who does good actions, the karma yogi will be happy. Oh, I like being with this one because this one is so good. This one is doing so many good actions. This one is making so many people happy. So I'm happy with them. He says that may be so, but equally the opposite is very important. That when a karma yogi comes into connection with someone who doesn't do good actions, then that karma yogi will never get angry or feel a dislike for that soul, because that too will be a bondage. So if I'm looking at the good actions of someone and I become happy and I become impressed, I could be in bondage to that person. If I'm looking at another person who is not doing good actions and I'm feeling angry and I'm feeling a dislike for that person, that too is a bondage. So he says that no matter what souls are like, a karma yogi will find it easy to be with them, because the karma yogi is going to be loving and detached, will be with Baba and will observe as a detached observer the actions of others, whether it's good or whether it's bad. But then he says the way the karma yogi will be able to be detached in the good actions or the bad actions is that the karma yogi needs to know a particular point of knowledge. And through this particular point of knowledge, not just at the level of repeating it, but at the level of deep inculcation of the point, it becomes like wisdom in the soul. It becomes something so deep in the soul that the soul is looking as a detached observer with the eye of this knowledge. And he says that that knowledge the soul needs to understand is that every soul is playing their accurate part at the accurate time. So a karma yogi who is a detached observer will understand very deeply to dislike someone who is playing his or her accurate part is to put yourself in the bondage of karma. And I thought that was so, this is what he says, be powerful. If I understand that point, then I will know to dislike, to reject, or to be impressed, both, is to put myself into the bondage of karma, because I know that the soul is playing their accurate part. He says, either way, the stage will fluctuate. And a detached observer's stage does not fluctuate, no matter who is doing what. And he says, if the stage fluctuates based on your likes and dislikes of someone's part, then the bondage becomes very deep. It's a deeper bondage you're putting yourself in. So what does a karma yogi do? Baba says a karma yogi is a detached observer who sees those who are good and considers them to be good, full stop. A detached observer who is a karma yogi will see those who are bad, but they would look with mercy and good wishes and serve them as instruments so that they can become good. And he says, if we practice these two things, of looking at others as detached observer and observing their parts with the deep inculcation of that knowledge, we will never be influenced. So a detached observer is beyond any influence when they look at others with this deep point of knowledge. And then he went on and he asked us that in the Murli, he was asking the group that he was talking about that if they understood knowledge, and he asked them that what is the meaning of knowledge? When Baba says to be knowledgeful and to be powerful, what is the meaning of knowledge? And he said that the meaning of knowledge is to understand. And then he asked, so what is it that I'm understanding? What is it I'm having this understanding of? Because knowledge is to understand. But then what am I understanding? And he says that what I need to understand as a karma yogi is that being free from the bondage of karma is the knowledge that Baba is giving me. So understanding of knowledge is to understand how to become free from the bondage of karma. And if I understand that, then I will be a knowledgeable soul. And he says a knowledgeable soul will never come under the influence of any bondage of a karma. And this is why they will do that action in Baba's remembrance. Because the detachment is not from the vices, but the detachment is from the bondage that I'm putting myself in if I don't have Baba's remembrance. And so this is why he's saying, pay attention to being in his remembrance and to do the action in his remembrance. Otherwise, I could become influenced and I could become affected if I leave the space. He says the other aspect of being knowledgeful as a karma yogi is that a karma yogi will keep the aim of becoming a conqueror of sinful actions. And when I become a conqueror of sinful actions, then I become a conqueror of the bondage of karma. So I thought that this was something that maybe we could churn on tomorrow. That what is the difference between becoming a conqueror of sinful actions and becoming a conqueror of the bondage of karma? Both are connected to remembrance. Because he always says that when you are in Baba's remembrance, you purify yourself. It's the only method to burn your sins. But then he says also, when you do actions in Baba's remembrance, the soul is then relieved from the bondage of that action. The soul can never be affected by a bondage. The soul is doing it in that state of freedom or liberation. So tomorrow we should practice being a detached observer, but on the basis of knowledge. And the knowledge that he's given us today is that when you're looking at other people's parts, don't be influenced. Don't like or don't dislike. Recognize that each one is playing their own part accurately according to the time. And he says, as a detached observer, you will then be able to have lots of unique experiences. So let us have these unique experiences. But let us not forget, in the detachment from the bondage of the karma, we forget to be in Baba's love. Because Baba's love is what gives us the power. So just to be knowledgeful is not enough. We need Baba's love, because Baba's love will make us loving. And so that detachment from the bondage requires Baba's love to make us light. And so let us practice that for tomorrow, and let us expand on it in the way Baba explains it. Otherwise, what does being detached and loving mean to me when I have to get out of the bondage of my karmas? So he just explained it. Did you understand it? Did you understand what Baba just said? It was clear, wasn't it? Because we would never have thought that to be detached and loving was something also when I look at other people playing their parts and I make a judgment in terms, I don't like what that person is doing, right? So he says, just to say that, you're putting yourself in bondage because you forgot the knowledge that that person is playing their part accurately according to the time, and you cannot change it. And so that is one of the first points of knowledge Baba gave to us. Every soul has their own part to play. And you cannot force any soul to do anything else, because that soul can only play that part in the moment that part has to be played according to the drama. So to get upset about it, to have a dislike, to beat yourself up that I don't like this and I can't stop it, and I'm a bad person if I'm a mother and I can't stop my son from doing this, and then you start beating yourself up. He says, well, that is ignorance, because you can't stop anybody from doing anything. You can inspire a change, which is what he's saying, that if you see somebody doing something bad and you want to stop them, then your mercy and good wishes in Baba's remembrance, you could have that for them, but you really can't stop them. Otherwise, you're putting yourself in these bondages, and the bondage, he says, will get very deep inside of you. And then you won't be able to become karma yogis. So, are you ready for karma yoga tomorrow? Being karma yogis and being knowledgeable and being powerful and being successful in Baba's task? Are you going to remember to be detached and loving? All right, so you're going to remember to be detached from the bondage of the karma, and you're going to remember to be loving to Bapdada. Right? Okay, so Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much. So tomorrow is Wednesday. Now we're scheduled from Amrit Villa 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. In the evening 5 to 5:15 p.m. Avikti Children Multi class. 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Hindi series, English series, and chit chat. Now let's remember Baba and take drishti from Didi.
तुम्हारी याद बाबा एक अनोखी शक्ति भरती है तुम्हारी याद बाबा एक अनोखी शक्ति भरती है कि जैसे टिमटिमाती लौकी जैसे टिमटिमाती लौकी फिर से ज्योति जलती है तुम्हारी याद बाबा एक अनोखी शक्ति भरती है
Om Shanti Yakti Parivar. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Didi. Om Shanti, Didi.
Om
Thank you, Om
Santi. Thank
Shanti,
you,
Didi.
Thank you,
Baba.
Baba.
Thank you,
Om
Didi.
Shanti.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Avekti
Om
Flight.
Shanti,
Parivar.
Didi.
Om Shanti. Have a
Om
safe flight.
Santi.
Thank you, Yakti Parivar.
Om
And the team.
Om
Safe flight.
Shanti,
Om Shanti. Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Gayatri sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti.
Om
Remain constantly victorious with the awareness of the combined form, knowledgeful and powerful. Just as the soul and the body perform actions while combined, in the same way, both karma and yoga are combined. While performing actions, do not forget remembrance. And while staying in remembrance, do not forget karma. Because your title is a karma yogi. Those who stay in remembrance while performing action remain constantly detached and loving. They remain light, together with being knowledgeful, also be in a powerful stage. Let both the stages of being knowledgeful and powerful be combined, and the work of establishment will take place at a fast speed.
कंबाइंड रूप की स्मृति से सदा विजयी बनो, नॉलेजफुल और पावरफुल, जैसे शरीर और आत्मा दोनों कंबाइंड होकर कर्म कर रही है। आपका टाइटल ही है कर्मयोगी। कर्म करते याद में रहने वाले सदा न्यारे और प्यारे होंगे, हल्के होंगे। नॉलेजफुल के साथ साथ पावरफुल स्टेज पर रहो। नॉलेजफुल और पावरफुल, यह दोनों स्टेज कंबाइंड हो, तब स्थापना का कार्य तीव्र गति से होगा। ओम शांति।